we're gonna do the same painting with two different processes. At the top here, we're gonna use masking fruit. And the bottom paintings, we're going to do scratch. First thing, I'm gonna apply the masking fruit. I just make this tool this morning just for this purpose. I'm gonna use that to draw the line. They have a little more. At the photo reference to find out where I would like to mask. Okay, I also want to mask something on the ground. Okay, we're gonna let it dry before we come back to start the painting. And now I'm gonna start painting into the lower part because I'm gonna use the different technique. Start painting into the coconut. I'm gonna mix the color as I go. I'm gonna starting from this corner. I need to be doing really fast, really quick, because the color is gonna getting dry really quickly. Use the same color. I'm also going to working into the inside spot, the shadow, and as I'm going to leave a little white gap in between. Add a little more red and yellow into it, just make it looks more brown. A little red. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna fix a little bit here. Fix the color a little bit. I'm gonna try to use some kind of a little dry brush to create some texture. Since we're waiting for the top over here, start painting into the ground area. That's a good color. Look up more of the greenish colors, the green colors. Okay, just the yellow with the blue, and have a little red so the color is not so bright. And I decided to let it touch it, so I have some dark color coming in. I'm gonna painting around. There's a white spot over here. And now I'm gonna try if it's good timing. That's good. Now it's the good timing to scratch. That's too dry. Stay good. So scratching technique, you apply it to be almost dry, but it's not very wet. If it's too wet, it doesn't work because the water and the color would come back to the spot immediately. The spot actually not white, but appear to be darker. Okay, now we take a look. The top over here is already dry, so I'm gonna come into the top spot. So we are going to start with the gray brown colors from the left top corner right here. First I'm gonna just slide through here the base colors. And now coming down right here. And then what I'm gonna do, getting some darker color, start washing into this area. Okay, there we go. Just tap your brush with the color in the spot. You don't want to scratch that much with your brush. If you scratch, and you maybe just scratch the masking fluid. There we go. That's good. And I'm gonna come in here and do it inside. Change it to the brown colors. A little more red, a little more yellow, and then become brown. Continue. So the wet into wet and create a nice blending. There's two colors together. A little darker. Okay. A little darker. Then maybe a little darker there. Okay. I'm waiting for that to dry, and then I'm coming back here to putting some dark color for the shadow side. Be very careful about the spot that you already scratched. If you're putting the color into the space that is scratched, that space will immediately fill in the color and also make it look really dark. This is the only one convenience, that if you need to reapply the color back to the painting with the scratch on, it will be very careful about that. And the masking fluid it won't have that same problem. I think this is good for the darker value. And I soften the connection between that. Okay, so I think this is the front over here is doing good. Here's a little texture, maybe right sometimes even next to the light area. This is the shadow. And then I come in here, I'll do a little lifting off with the reflection. Let's soften. Okay. And I'm also going to do a little background here. In order to have this soft effect, I'm going to wet this area. Good. Let it dry a little bit before I coming in. So I come down here. I'm gonna wash a little bit next to. Yeah. There's a little gray color on the side here for the ground, and then I make it a little lighter. Now this is good. I'm going to come in here, have a little kind of gray-green color, so use a little yellow and blend into that. This one, and on this side, with the softness, suggesting that the scene here is a right and far away background. So here. That's very good. And while we are on this, I'm going to apply a little light colors for this area here. Good. I'm gonna come in here, do the same thing. And while we are in this coconut, I'm going to, at the bottom, there's some darker catch the shadows right underneath here. So I'm going to put that right underneath. Okay. Almost. Create a little feeling of the sand, so with smaller dotted line. Okay. I'm also going to make a little suggestions of some of the skin. There. Okay. Do a bit of scratching in here too, since it's still wet. So this is good. We're gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna come back to finish the one at the top. And what we're gonna do, I'm gonna starting working from the top here, wet that area. After that dry, I'm going to peel the masking fluid off and do the final touch. Painting already dried, so I use my finger gently peeling off the masking fluid from the paper. A little bit gentle. Now I'm going to start adding some shape around the white spot, and even for some area I'm also gonna fill in some light colors to the white area. This is called glazing. This is the glazing technique. I have the light colors into the painting. You can control over what you want to keep it white or lighter colors. I think I want this area, so I wash it a little bit lighter. That's a little bit lighter. I wash that off.